Are you wondering if you got the job after your interview? I used to always feel this way. Can you just tell me, did I get the job? Did I not get the job? So I can move on, I can end my job search, or I could continue my job search. And I would sometimes wait for weeks, unfortunately. Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you the 5 signs that you got the job after your interview, and this is coming from 15 plus years of my experience as a recruiter, as a hiring director, hiring manager. I've heard it all. And in this video, I'm going to give you those top 5 signs. Let's get into it. Sign number 1, that you will get the job after your interview. The job interviewers spent more time with you. So the job interview was scheduled for 30 minutes. Maybe it was an hour, but they took extra time to speak with you and they were excited to go over. You just sensed that things were going really well. There was rapport built, and so they wanted to spend more time with you. And they didn't want to end the interview early. That is always, always a good sign that things are progressing and you did great. So potentially a job offer could be coming. Now, I want you to think through, if they spent more time with you, were you aware of the gestures? Go back and think through, were they smiling? Were they nodding their head quite a bit, agreeing with what you're saying? They're really into the conversation. Well, that's exactly why they spent more time with you. But let's say they just spent the right amount of time, whether it was a half hour, an hour. They went to that full half hour. They went to the full hour. They were nodding, they were smiling. That's also a great sign that you may get that job offer after your job interview. If you're new to this channel, I'm Rita Baroody, career success coach, recruiter, and LinkedIn's top recruiting voice. I made this channel to empower you through your job search, to share the best strategies, and for you to land a job faster. Please subscribe and I'll continue to add more value to you. Sign number 2, that you will get the job after your interview. And that is, the company was selling you on their opportunity. They were selling you on their company. They barely had you talking. They were doing most of the talking. They were selling you the entire time. I would say a good benchmark here is maybe they were selling you 80 to 90% of the time. You barely asked a question and they just kept talking because they were impressed with you on paper. They were impressed with you on social media. And why could this have happened? Your resume was amazing. It was fully optimized. Your LinkedIn profile was also amazing. It was fully optimized. Your whole positioning before you walked into that interview was spot on, that they automatically felt you were a direct fit for their organization. And this happens a lot in my job search optimization program, where professionals are fully optimized, position themselves 10 out of 10 versus being a 7, an 8, even a 9. In this market, have to be a 10 out of 10. So they were selling you the whole entire time. This is a really, really good sign that you will land that job. Another thing they could have been doing is emphasizing the perks at the company, the perks of joining their great organization. They almost kind of like lost their breath. They just kept talking and talking and talking. We have this, we have that, we do this with our team. We take advantage of this. We have so much to offer. They're basically telling you, please join us when we extend an offer. Sign number 3, that you will get the job after your interview. They were talking in terms of we. So go back to your interview, think through, were they imagining you being part of their team? Were they indicating we? Were they indicating you being part of their team multiple times during the interview process? They can say things like, when you join, when you help with this project, XYZ. They just had a vision of you being part of their company, and they explicitly mentioned that during the interview process. Again, were they saying we, you being part of our company? They may have even mentioned that they really liked you. They directly, explicitly mention it to you. That's a great sign that you'll get a job offer after the interview. But I have to stop here quickly before I go into sign 4 and sign 5 on whether the job went well and you'll receive an offer. All of these signs are amazing. And 90% of the time, you will get an offer, but there's always a slight percentage where you might not receive a job offer, even if things went well. And that's why I always tell professionals in my job search optimization program, where I help professionals land a job faster, do not rely on the one company that you did very well and you feel there's an offer coming. Don't rely on one company. Keep your job search going. It doesn't matter even if you have an offer sometimes, because they're in the slight chance that the offer gets rescinded, there's no offer on the table anymore, they pause the role, something else happens in this world or in this economy, and it's an excuse for them not to hire anymore. You want to be in the best position and not stop your job search. I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that, because I hate to say that, yes, these 5 signs are 100%, I'm 100% confident that you'll land the job or you'll receive an offer. It's not always true, but these are the top signs that there's the highest likelihood of receiving an offer. But again, don't stop your job search. You want to keep it going. You want to be in the position of power versus relying on just one company. If you're tired of getting rejected by employers and ready to land your next great opportunity faster, I've put together a free guide that walks you through the exact steps you need to take to land that job faster for you to be identified as that best candidate. Comment guide, and I will send you a direct link to grab it. Sign number 4 that you got the job after your interview, and that is you met with the final person making the hiring decision. The higher the level that you met with, the more likely they are very close to making that decision on extending you a job offer. If you just interviewed with potentially maybe a manager, a director, maybe you didn't reach the VP, CFO, sometimes CEO, depending on the size of the company, the higher the level that you're interviewing with, the more likely they are ready to make that decision and that you will land the job offer. Sign number 5, that you will get the job after your interview. And this is pretty obvious. This is the most obvious one. They explicitly mention in the interview that they will be extending a job offer. So they're giving you 100% confidence that the next step is your job offer. Now again, I hate to be the person mentioning this bad news. I've seen this happen where they explicitly mention a job offer, yet it never happens. They go ghost, or they just say, hey, we changed our mind. Who knows why they change their mind sometimes. They pause the role. But again, to be in the position of power, even if one of these signs, multiple of these signs occur during your job interview, you have to continue your job search. You have to continue discussions. The reason behind this is, again, you want to be in the position of power. You never want to be relying on one company and setting yourself up for failure, even if things went so well. You want to de-risk that this company might not extend an offer. You again want to be in the position of power. And since you stayed till the end, I know you're very serious about landing a great opportunity. If your interview did not or does not end up in a job offer, and you want to be in the position of power, apply to my job search optimization program, where I help great professionals just like you land a job faster and help you be in the position of power, where you don't just have one job offer, you have multiple job offers. You're never the one waiting around. You're the one, again, in the position of power with multiple opportunities, and your positioning allows you to do that. That's exactly what I do with professionals in my job search program. I help them position themselves to be a 10 out of 10 so that every time they're going in the job interview, they have power. They are the ones that are highly sought after versus the other way around. And if you need more advice on your job search, check out my playlist for interview questions and answers.